Welcome to episode 5, which is about the financial calendar for November for Bitcoin. If you remember from the global astrology, we do have a very eventful month. Again, I'm afraid quite difficult to predict because we have several planets changing direction. And we know that the beginning is pretty positive with Jupiter Chiron positive aspect on the 2nd of November. Then also in the global astrology, we do have on the 15th Saturn turning direct, which is a big thing. And then we do have also a new event, so to speak, on the 19th, new and old, because it will be the final ingress or entering of Pluto in the tropical Aquarius, where it will stay until 2044. So again, a background energy that is changing again. And 26th of November, we do have also Mercury turning retrograde, and it will stay roughly, actually almost, so 3 weeks usually, so the normal period, so until mid-December. So let's go into all these, and actually this is the background that we need to really take into account for the Bitcoin specific astrology that we want to dive into. I have here the financial calendar for November that you have as well in a PDF format, and you have all the pictures you are used to. We will go through them in a moment, but I want to really pinpoint the fact that you have here the general aspects, the global Astro that I mentioned in the beginning, and this is written format. You do have also an explanatory video commentary about it as well, so please watch the episodes in order, for full understanding. Now, specific Astro for BTC, we want to start with the big things actually. And on the 4th of November, we do have Rahu crossing the natal moon of BTC, which can lead to price increase. And these peaks could be really significant in general, but they are not sustainable. And we know that this is, very close to the US election. And if you remember, we do have also this positive energy from Jupiter and Chiron on the 2nd. So whenever we have this synchronicity between what happens in the global astrology and Bitcoin, then it's like green light, it can be fireworks. So here we do have some good expectations here for the beginning of November. And then we do have another major long-term aspect for BTC, which is exactly in the mid of the month on the 13th. And it is a negative aspect, unfortunately. It's from Jupiter. And this can really be the cause for a sharp drop due to the volatility induced by Uranus around the date. And yes, expect a volatile month, especially in the middle of it. So that was it, the big picture. So we remember the 2nd, 4th of November, important dates, and also the 13th of November. And yes, all the others, that 15, is a time of change, 19 again, and then 26th, which is Mercury turning retrograde. Here we do have a lot of Bitcoin fires, as you see. So in the calendar, we have mixed days in the beginning here. So Bitcoin is really, with mixed aspects, and a volatile day we can expect, although this can manifest either on Friday or on Monday, the upcoming Monday, because of the fact that this is a Saturday, we might not see transaction volume, and which astrology is here, so it's really interesting. But then this is quite powerful, this Rahu thing. As I mentioned, we do have also corrections during the day with the Bitcoin fire. So 4th, expect it to be volatility, but also a significant peak there. 5th, 6th really continue in a positive mood with this green on the dates. Usually the more green you have, on some consecutive dates, it means, there we need to see some price movement, which is up, and the fire would really increase it sharply and suddenly, but usually it won't last. 7th is also, positive fire, Bitcoin fire. Also at a day level, we don't have much, happening. These are neutral days, all the days which are with gray. So you see 7th, 8th, 9th. This is again weekend. Please watch out the weekends. They are also important because usually the big thing, the big astro events really happen on Monday or on Friday. It depends, And then we have also 11th, 12th, which are positive, but we have pump dump scenarios. As I mentioned, it is volatile because we have again a lot of aspects which are made by Uranus, which is retrograde and crosses degrees that were crossed before. And here very, cautious. For caution, I would recommend already from the 13th. You see here, also the calendar shows that waves red. It's red. This means that the Bitcoin chart is activated and it will be red. And we see also fires here. We will have some recovery, but expect here instability, volatility. 16th is Saturday, but it's deeply red. So this can happen on Monday, also with the Bitcoin fires. That Monday on the 18th, it would be pretty heavy. And the 19th, I would say as well, because whenever we see so many, this is a big aspect. The 13th, we see so many nearby, then it could be that it will dump pretty hard. So I would expect here that we will have some, thunderstorm in the mid of the month, like I mentioned. And this is also supported by the fact that we have this Pluto. Now I want to say that Pluto will enter Aquarius in tropical, so it will be a flavor like, we go again into full speed in AI. That would be the general message for me, and we have afterwards some positive aspects on the Bitcoin side, also corrections on the way, but from the 20th latest, it should really move up again, so it should recover at least. And we know that we have Mercury turning retrograde on the 26th, but we still have recovery days here. 22nd, pretty, a correction day, but then we do have here green days for Bitcoin towards the end of November. And then the last 2 days are pretty, negative but low intensity, and we see volatility again with the Bitcoin fire. Volatility is positive and negative depending on the aspects that Uranus are making, and this is important to take into account. Although, as I mentioned several times, but for new people who see this for the first time, fires usually, when you see them, this fire, which is market fire, or that one, this is also market fire, positive and negative, and also Bitcoin fires, we see green fire positive, red fire negative. They are really not predictable. I mean, we do have the message that Uranus is the unpredictable planet, so they can happen out of order. And they happen at a certain hour. So you need to be guarded that you will have volatility. So usually you wouldn't, or at least what I do, I'm pretty risk averse. I would look at an indicator, with the several moving averages. I can use a fractal, for example, and see, okay, I will enter somewhere, and I need to have, this combination of stability of green and, Bitcoin fire, which is positive either for the day, or if I'm for short-term trading, then at least I look at the hourly level, and it should be pretty positive with no real danger there. So I think the best moves you see when you have good weather, you have a green day, and you have also, a fire, but rarely all of them happen on the same day as you see here. It's a mixed weather, but it's not, high intensity negative. So yes, that would be for now for the financial calendar, and now I would go to the next topic and dive into the price trajectory, so to speak. You can really skip to that episode to cover November. Thank you.